Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another Shadowverse Evolved gameplay video. At the top of the screen you'll see yours truly piloting Uma versus our good friend Danny, who's also playing Uma. This is going to be a mirror match. Danny has gone second. He has started with a special week on turn 2, it looks like, which is like the most optimal thing you can think of, like as a starting 2-drop play. It looks like we didn't necessarily brick, but we didn't have a turn 2 play. But we do have an Econodictus, so that is like, consistency 101 for this deck. It's just not nearly as, it's definitely the best when you're going first. I don't think it's as good going second, but looks like we're looking at an Agnes, a Mayano Top Gun, and maybe an Oguri, I think. I can't see what that last card is. It looks like it's just a Lamplit, actually. So, I think here we're definitely not grabbing the Mayano Top Gun, but yeah, I was gonna say you kind of need to grab the Agnes here just to have it, because it really would be unfortunate if your opponent had it and you didn't. So looks like Danny is going to draw into a Make Some Noise. He's got 3 play points along with Evo points. He plays a lot of different cards in this deck than I did at the time of this video. He does just Make Some Noise. Since he has an Uma follower, it does 4 damage instead of 3, so it just completely deals with that Ikuno. He's got 1 play point left, and it looks like he's going to use that Flowers for You, buff the special week to 3, and draw a card. Draws into a Daiwa, so we got double Daiwa, and he's going to attack for 3. Yeah, that's great. I think you, in this matchup, like, you don't expect whatever you drop on turn 2 to live, so any damage it gets is great, especially if you can buff it for free. So we drop a Mayano Top Gun there. That, as a standalone card, is a 1-drop 2/1 rush, so not too bad. Looks like we end up dropping the Daiwa here. I think we do have a what's it called, vodka already. So I don't know, I feel like maybe hindsight, instead of just dealing with the special week this way, I think we're just kind of hoping that, like, hey, maybe the die will actually live and we can do some serious damage. But in hindsight, maybe we should just have held the Daiwa for turn 5, because that's when you can drop Daiwa and vodka at once, and the Mayano could have actually just dealt with the special week itself. I think it's just, looking at the hand, I don't think there was another like decent thing to do with the remaining 3 play points, so I felt inclined to do the Daiwa. But I always like watching my games, because I feel like, oh man, I could have done something differently here, and just try to remember it for later, or know to slow things down. But anyway, Danny's going to use 2 play points for Agnes, an Evo point to evolve Agnes, add back Make Some Noise, and then use the Make Some Noise to deal with the Daiwa there. So we then drop our, I think we're looking at Rice Shower. I have a love-hate thing going on with Rice Shower. I don't think I ever really hate it, but it's always kind of a little teensy bit subpar, in my opinion, sometimes. And I think that this is probably one of the best times to do it, whenever they actually only have something that's cost 3. So we're going to mill the top 2, we hit an Oguri and Make Some Noise, deal with the Agnes, and then we just ward up. We ward up because this deck can easily do burst 4 or 5 damage with encroaching, or outrunning the encroaching heat. So Danny draws into a Silent Suzuka, which is also very, very like uncommon card to play. So Danny was playing a very interesting version of this deck. So it looks like he is considering, he's playing 3. I was gonna say he might even just Suzuka it, but I guess because if you Suzuka it, then it can come down next turn and then just pop the Suzuka for pretty much free. But he is just going to drop the Aishin Flash, pay the play point, bounce it back to hand, and then Aishin becomes a 4/4. Danny's left with 1 play point, but nothing left to play, so he's just going to pass there. So we go to turn 6. We draw Outrunning the Encroaching Heat, one of my favorite cards in that deck for sure. Looks like here, I'm sure we're probably going to end up dropping the Agnes. It's been a while since this match happened, but we're probably going to end up dropping the Agnes, adding back the Make Some Noise, and dealing with the Aishin Flash. This matchup is a lot of like deal with your board like a kind of like a pendulum game, until somebody gives. But yeah, I remember in this match too, I normally actually play 7 centimeters, but in this particular tournament I was like, I'm gonna try cutting it out. My thought process was, my original thought process to playing 7 centimeters was that in the mirror I don't want to not have it while my opponent does, and these can be very grindy matches. And this time I was like, no, I'm gonna try without it and see if I miss it or not. So we play the Agnes. We use 1 play point for trial initiation. That's going to reduce Aishin to a 3/3. It looks like we're probably just going to end up using the Lamplet, I guess, to address it. I think so. Yeah, another combo I really like is Outrunning the Encroaching Heat plus Mayano Top Gun, because that's just 3 play points, and at this point in the game, when there's 5 or more Uma cards in the cemetery, that's 5 damage that can hit the opponent in the face. What I don't like is that when it's done in the mirror, because often the mirror can be left with 1 play point, and yeah, I mean, it's not likely that the damage will go through. So we use the Lamplet, we wipe out the Aishin Flash, we're going to evolve our Agnes, add the Lamplet back, and I think at this point, I think we knew already at that point that Suzuka was a card, so we were just trying to play around Suzuka in case my Agnes gets top decked. And yeah, it's just helpful to have 1 play point left, but it's also just good in general. If he plays, I mean, most of the followers, like Special Week, for example, can get outed, or even something that costs 3 play or that has 3 defense can get outed while Agnes is up with Lamplet in the hand. So Danny is at 6 play points, and looks like he is thinking pretty hard here. He's got some plays. He also plays the 6-cost starter deck card. I forgot what that's actually called. I'm gonna find out really quick, see if I can. Where's that card? Okay, so he plays the Daiwa. And I remember this match. You guys are going to see that he does a really good job of really exploiting Daiwa. And I mean, Daiwa's like one of the best cards in the deck. I was talking to some friends of mine and was saying that, man, I understand why they kind of limited, trial initiation and EQ no Dictus, but if they really wanted to hurt it really hard, hitting like Daiwa and Agnes would really hurt the deck the most, I would say. So the 6 cards in his hand is Tazuna Hayakawa. I'm just gonna say Tazuna because that's just a little bit easier. But so he is still searching his deck with his Daiwa, trying to figure out what he clearly he wants to out the Agnes, because if he leaves it on board, then it's gonna out whatever he kind of leaves up, most likely. So he adds the Lamplet. He's got 2 play points left. He's going to use 2 to play an Agnes. So he's going to use another Evo point to evolve the Agnes. He's going to add a Flowers for You back, and then he's going to use the Lamplet to do 2 damage to Agnes, and then he'll reduce Agnes with his Agnes, of course. So very good play. I believe he just passes there, and we're considering whether or not we want to use our own Lamplet just to get some 2 damage in. I think because, let me see, I mean, we still have the Rice Shower, which Danny is fully aware of, and so I guess that could be what we're thinking of. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, you'd think I would know what would probably be going on in my head at the time, but not always do I have, am I in sync with what my brain used to be. So I think the clock is cut off a little bit, but I'm actually at 17 health to Danny's 20. Yeah, as you can see on the phone right there. So we play Sakura Chiyono, and that will cost us 4 play points, leaving us with 3. We're going to add back the Make Some Noise. That'll out the Daiwa, and then we use Lamplet to out the Agnes. So we very cleanly out the board. We still have 6 cards in hand, And yeah, I mean, we have a 4/4 on the board, so we have to, I mean, it's, like I said, it's just like a pendulum shift. Like, it's just, you know, I out your board now, you out my board. Who runs out of resources first? So Danny draws into Narita Top Road. That card went race to draws 2 and discards 1. It's like a baby Shenlong, just no heals. So I think this turn is when he drops the Tazuna, because he's at 7 play points, and he's going to, I think he brings back like the Daiwa. Brings back the Daiwa and searches and makes some noise, which would deal with the Sakura. I think so, but we'll see. Yeah, the thing about this deck is that there's so many different lines of play, you know, and I mean, I think there's definitely like most often there's a one play that's always better than the rest, but yeah, it's just kind of tough because you have so many options, and one of them will sound better to you at the time, and then you feel bad because you know, like, oh man, was that actually the right play? I think Danny only took away 5 play points by accident. And okay, yeah, then he does bring back the Daiwa. He's gonna search. I think he just searches make some noise here. Yeah, so he's just gonna use make some noise to out the Sakura, and then I mean, I'm not in a good spot because now he's got a 3/5 ward with a 3/4 Daiwa, and as you guys know, Daiwa staying up is a problem because that means he's going to get essentially a free play point for his spells. So I draw into the Narita Brian, which is a great card in the mirror because there's not like too many clean ways to deal with it, but yeah, so I think, yeah, we play Narita Brian here, and I think we're just going to out the Daiwa, I think. That makes the most sense. That's what I think that we end up doing. Yeah. All right, cool. So, yeah, I think we do end up, we pop the Daiwa and pass turn and just put them on like, hey, out this however you can. So the Tazuna has 3 attack, so he would still have 5 more attack to deal with the Narita Brian. So yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not in a bad spot for sure, but it's more so trying to control like the state of the game, you know, or trying to, you know, control or limit his next moves, so that way hopefully I can gain some advantage. But he plays Narita Top Road. He's going to feed it a carrot, I assume. There's no other way. There's no way you'd play that without feeding it a carrot, that's for sure. But I guess he wants to. I'm trying to see what else is in his hand. The raindrop drums is in his hand. That's the card that pops monsters. He's got another Daiwa. He's got an Aishin Flash, it looks like. Yeah, so he's gonna draw 2. He draws into a Rice Shower and an Agnes. Holy moly. I think he discards the Aishin, right? Oh, he's going to discard the Agnes. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know about that. I think that card's really solid, but whatever. Okay, so he's going to pump the Narita Top Road by 1. So it makes it a 5. And then he attacks into the Narita Brian. I think he forgot to draw. Yeah, he pumped it with Flowers for You, and he forgot to draw. Okay, I think now I'm counting his deck because I have no idea whether or not he plays 7 centimeters, and I think he's only like around-ish, 10-ish cards. And he passes on 2 or 3 play points. So at this point, I make a decision like, hey, I'm just gonna commit to this a little bit because I mean, yeah, he might have the raindrop drums, but I'm just kind of just like, you know what, I need to take a little bit of momentum back. I need him to answer my board. So at this point, I kind of just commit a few cards and just kind of take the risk. But so we're going to do Flowers for You, pump the Vodka, and Vodka will go to 4/3, but then it pumps itself to 5/4. We draw a card. We're looking at Narita Top Road here. but we're just gonna, again, like I said, I think we end up just making a choice to commit a little bit to the play points. We're at 6-4, and then we turn into a 7-5. So this becomes like a, okay, so he's not, if he does have, I mean, just put him on, you know, better have it. And sure enough, he does have it. So it is what it is. I mean, sometimes I make risky plays. And you know what I'm noticing very often? Very little do they pay off. But I can be impatient. So it is what it is. Yeah, I end up having 2 play points left, but nothing else to drop, except I think I have my own raindrop drums. So I'm not feeling a lot of pressure, at least, in terms of like too much aggression. But we're thinking about playing any of the Mayano Top Guns because they would be 4-1 when we play them, but we opt to not do it, and then we pass. And he draws into another Daiwa. Yeah, I remember feeling like I get Daiwa'd like 4 or 5 times in this match. So he plays the Daiwa. Searches for a spell, probably outrunning the encroaching heat. Maybe. He's looking at trial initiation. Okay. I think maybe what he's trying to go, maybe he's trying to go for the 3 spell combo, but I don't think so. He doesn't have that many in his hand. Yeah, it looks like he has, so he has trial initiation, vodka, silent Suzuka, Aishin Flash, Rice Shower, and another copy of Daiwa. So the game is certainly slipping away from me. Plays that trial initiation. Looks at his draws. I can't tell what he's looking at here. And he's going to add a Flowers for You. Yeah, Flowers for You is an incredibly important card in this deck, especially like here in the English game, because we only have 1 trial initiation and 1 Dictus. So yeah, Flowers for You, in my opinion, an absolute 3 of in the Uma deck. So Danny, I think, has 4 play points left. No, he has to have like 5 play points, but now he spends them all, and he is going to play the Rice Shower. He does not mill because there's nothing for him to deal 3 damage to, and I think he then passes, and then I will raindrop drums the Daiwa, and then we go to 10. So next we draw a Daiwa of our own, and I have to imagine we end up, I don't know, I'm not sure, because yeah, I was looking at the Narita Top Road here because I think we need to start getting cards into our hand, and with this many play points we can afford to do like Narita Top Road plus like Rice Shower, but we'll draw 2 cards, get into a Special Week and a Vodka. That's not bad at all. We discard a Mayano Top Gun. 6 play points left. And I think that, I mean, we have enough play points here to go for a Daiwa Vodka combo. So Daiwa Surge outrunning the encroaching heat, plus Daiwa, plus Vodka, which would mean everything gets buffed. So I think that's what we end up going for here. So we search outrunning the encroaching heat, or we could even search Make Some Noise if we haven't gone through 3. I don't think we've gone through 3 already, but okay, so we search outrunning the encroaching heat. Yeah, I don't know why we would do Make Some Noise, actually. Rice Shower is a 3-5, not a 3-4. I'm not sure what I was thinking there, but yeah, it looks like, so now we would play Vodka for 1, and then we're going to play outrunning the encroaching heat. Danny has no play points, so we know for certain this next hit is going to happen. So we're going to give the boost to Daiwa. So Daiwa is going to become a 5-6. Naruto Top Road is going to become a 5-5. And then the Vodka will become a 5-4. And we think we just swing 4-5. Put Danny at 15. That's his first damage. Danny's still got a really good hand, though. The Aishin Flash will help. He draws into a Make Some Noise. I mean, not that it matters. He He has a Daiwa anyways. That's his third one. So yeah, the third Daiwa will help answer the vodka, and then he needs to figure out a way to answer at least one of the Daiwa versus Narita. Probably the Daiwa, because I mean, he could. Ooh, no. I mean, yeah, I mean, technically, I guess he could technically answer all three if he wanted to use that much of resources like this Silent Suzuka plus to make some noise. But yeah, he's gonna go for the Daiwa here, which I think is correct, because if he's gonna play the make some noise anyway, then you might as well do it for cheapsies. And then he plays the second raindrop drums, so yeah, that'll help answer the board very cleanly. So yeah, that third Daiwa really hurts. It's all three in the top half of the deck, so that is very good. He does play the vodka. Oh, I didn't even see that in his hand. So that helps a lot too, because that applies a lot of pressure. He's got 5 play points left, so you're going to use the 2 play point, or technically 1 play point, for raindrop drums to out something that's standing. He does the vodka for some reason, versus the Narita. Yeah, Narita top road. I think you just hit the Narita because it was 5/5, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it gets outed anyway here. So everything gets pumped by 1. You gotta use a lot of dice when you play this deck, especially when vodka hits the board. So he's got 4 play points left. He's going to do. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah. I think he mentioned this after the game, that like he definitely overlooked Narita's stats there. Yeah, that was okay. That was an obvious misplay there. So it happens. Whatever. So now he's looking at. I think he's realizing it now with the make some noise. Like what does he hit? So he's going to just do 4 damage to the. I think now he has to like trade because of this. He has to like trade into like the Daiwa, but versus before he could have cleared everything. But yeah, that misstep, or not realizing Narita's stats, kind of putting him in a weird spot here. So now he's going to deal 4 damage to the Daiwa, putting it at 1. He mainly just wants to get like the third spell off. So he's going to use the flowers for you. He's going to pump the vodka to 5/4, or no, I guess actually he's going to do Daiwa to 5/5. Draws a card. He has a second silence. And now the Daiwa will trigger. So now vodka and Daiwa both have storm. So he's going to trade the vodka into that. Hit me for 5, and then hit me for 4. So that's going to put us at 8. And I mean, he's in a good spot. I mean, he's got 2 silent Suzukas. That's 8 damage right there. Yeah. So then we draw. We're not feeling too great. We draw into a Daiwa, which is nice. But yeah, and we're able to keep the Narita top road here, so yeah. So okay, we have options here. We have to deal with the rice shower, and it's at this point where I'm like, man, I've got like 21 cards in my deck, my cemetery right now. I just drew Daiwa. Why did I take out 7 centimeters? So kind of an oopsie on my part. I mean, like, I really wish I didn't take that card out, because we're just sitting. So that would have that essentially would have allowed us to search 7 centimeters, play it, nuke the board, drop all the cards out of his hand. He'd get to add 1 card back from the grave, but not anything that does 8 damage. That's for sure. So yeah, we're kind of beating ourselves up a little bit about that around this time. I know. You see, I'm counting my cemetery too, kind of realizing what I did to myself. So we end up playing. Looks like we're thinking about special week here. Kind of realizing like, hey, we're kind of run out of gas now. Oh, but that's a really good card. Narita Bryan is a very good card right now. So I think we end up just... I think we just play Narita Bryan. Right? Yeah, Narita Bryan, pop Daiwa, and pass. And just let him deal with the Narita Bryan. Yeah, I mean, it's the second one. He's got 3 cards left in hand, so it's not bad. So use them all. Pop the Daiwa. Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. I highly recommend that if you guys ever have a chance to record your videos, go back and watch them, because looking at this now, I'm like, man, yeah, I think I kind of let this one escape me a little bit, you know, like, I think that this is we're still in a winnable state here. But let's see. Just 'cause I have a feeling like I could actually do things differently, you know, once I kind of go back, and it's just important to take some time. But, you know, not that the clock is moving, but, you know, it is a timed game, so you only have 25-minute rounds and whatnot. So Danny's thinking here now. He has options. He's essentially got his whole cemetery of followers of options, because he can crash the Rice Shower into the Narita Bryan to add any follower back. So he can add his Daiwa back. He can add the Tazuna back to also add the Daiwa back. So he's going to do just that. He's going to crash into the Narita Bryan. He is going to add back a, let's see, he's thinking. Probably a Daiwa, right? This would be the 5th time the Daiwa gets played. Yeah. So he does play the Daiwa, or I think is he thinking? I don't know. I think he's thinking. And I think at this point, around this time, I'm kind of remind him like, hey, we're running out of time here. And time is going to start mattering a lot, considering we're both, I mean, we're both low-ish. I mean, I'm low. He's not low. At 15, I feel like in some matchups is low, but not necessarily in this one. So you're not going to die, you know, in a single turn when you're at 15. So he plays the Daiwa. He searches. He doesn't really have too much left. I mean, he has Outrunning the Encroaching Heat, so he can use that to crash into the Narita. He has Silent Suzukas that can crash into Narita. I have no play points left, so yeah, he looks like he's looking at the Outrunning the Encroaching Heat. And he does, yeah, he has Flowers for You, Outrunning the Encroaching Heat, and Lamplit left in his deck. I don't think he has any other spells. And he can't really use Flowers for You, or yeah, so it really is just Outrunning the Encroaching Heat that he can search right now. I don't know what else there is to grab that would be helpful here. Like maybe if he's just thinking about, I guess like if you're considering about just grabbing something just to keep next turn, and then just ramming a Silent Suzuka into the Narita Bryan, but yeah, I'm not sure otherwise. I think it's around this time. I was like this because the play is taking a while, so I think at this point I was like, hey, yeah, we only got a few minutes left, so and you know, Danny he doesn't like do it maliciously. He just, I think he pointed out he was just overthinking here. So he adds the Outrunning the Encroaching Heat. Never mind, he adds the Lamplit. Alright, he adds Lamplit. So he's got 6 play points left. He's going to use Lamplit onto the special week. He's going to go, yeah, there you go. He's going to use Aishin Flash to bounce the Narita Top Road. He's going to crash into the Narita Bryan. He ends up clearing the board, which is the, you know, that's the best way he could have done it. So yeah, he did well there. We draw into a Make Some Noise. And at this point, it's kind of like, man, yeah, I don't know. We're kind of out of gas now, I think, at this point. I mean, Make Some Noise will deal with the Daiwa, but we are kind of low here. So we're going to drop the Daiwa here. Drop our Daiwa. and I'm still beating myself up about not having 7 centimeters at this point. I really only want the 7 centimeters in for the mirror because it gets really grindy like this, because you can easily out your board, each other's boards like this. So we are going to add a man, now we're both taking too long. So I think that we have to add an out to the Daiwa, and so we're looking at a lamplet, but we have to use essentially the oh, there we go. So we're gonna play Rice Shower for the rest of it. So really, I don't know why we went with Rice Shower. I think we very much so should have just gone with oh, you know what? This is where we really messed up, though, because we got rid of the Daiwa and we play the Mayano Top Gun. And so now we lose because Danny... I mean, I'm not expecting 2 Silent Suzukas in the deck, but now you see that I have no play points available. Like, if we didn't play the Mayano Top Gun, we still have the Make Some Noise, which can be used because Daiwa's still on the board. But now, because of that, he can actually drop 1 Silent Suzuka, evolve it, so that's 6 play points, spin back the Rice Shower for 5, and for 5 damage, right? So he can go 5 there, and then he can play another Silent Suzuka. And that will be the game, yeah. So we definitely got punished there for not respecting that, but you live and learn, so... Great game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, fill the comments with your feedback. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.